number one, we'll roll call members. Here's that all members are here present. Item number two, I'll ask Bryce to take this one over as we've got the high school girls team here with us today.
Okay, well, as you guys know, we had girls won state academic champions in Class A basketball, so we wanted to give them the recognition that they deserve here tonight. So a little round of applause for them. I think, did you bring the hardware? I'll give you the
Across the street.
Okay. That's all right. Anyway, we just want to tell you how proud we are of you and for you and your accomplishments. You represent our school and community extremely well, and that's one great thing about all our students. But when we get to shine like that on that stage, that's pretty awesome. So, Coach Paul, I'll let you, if you have anything to say, you're more than welcome. Girls, if you want to talk. Looks like Taylor's dying too, so.
Yes, probably. She's got a speech.
Good.
No, we just want to thank you guys for asking us to come to recognize these girls, like you said, state academic champions in basketball for Class A. They had a team GPA, overall team GPA of a 3.981. That's pretty good in my books. These guys work real hard at a lot of things, but they do put their academics first most of the time, and they work real hard in the classroom. We also want to thank the teachers for all the hard work that they do. You know, with all the activities that go on, it becomes very difficult throughout the year as a teacher in the classroom to make sure that things are going smooth, but they do a very good job of helping our kids and allowing them to be active in a lot of things. And it's a testament to these guys, as active as they are, keeping up with their studies and making their grades. And they know that that's the first reason that we're here is to get a good education, and that the extracurriculars are a privilege. So, but we would like to thank you guys, thank the administration, thank the teachers for having us and recognizing them. Taylor, you want to talk?
Okay. Got anything?
You're welcome to stick around for the rest of the meeting if you want. If you don't want to, you're welcome to leave too.
Well, we appreciate it. You guys
Thanks again, and we really do appreciate the way you represent our school, so thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, golf team.
All right, we'll move on to item number three, consent agenda. I don't know if, Schoenbarker, is there anything you would like to address in those?
Just a couple different things there, and then we can go through. Judy, do you have the larger word packet on? That's my fault, huh? I think I just didn't pick that up. Sorry about that. Yes, thank you. I'll skip to see just a new sub count for golf. We had one previously, and then when we decided not to have golf there for a couple of years, we, I think, transferred that. So just kind of a housekeeping thing there. We need to open up a new sub account for golf in the activity fund. We do have some fundraisers there, FCCLA calendar fundraiser and sewing camp. Ms. Spencer emailed me this morning, and I think there's 10 or maybe just a few less than that will actually be attending a national conference. So most of that calendar fundraiser will go towards that. I think sewing camp fundraising things there would be towards some classroom needs. And then high school cheer has a fundraiser request to do a sponsorship fundraiser and a parents' night out, which means the cheerleaders are going to babysit. So if any of you would like to drop any of your kids off there for a night out, I think that's the intent with that there is for the cheerleaders to babysit there at the elementary gym and do some activities and give parents a chance to take a night out. General fund encumbrances, let me get to that. I don't believe we have any really out of the ordinary expenses anywhere. We did some spraying this time of year around grass, so we do have some expenses on that. We used Metcalf spraying, and I think that was just a little over $4,000, and that's really for our entire campus, elementary, sports complex, everywhere. They come in, we contract with them each year to do that. BSN Sports, we had a larger expenditure there. I believe that's for uniforms. I think 5,000, 170 probably. Yeah. Baseball, is that right? So other than that, really, it's kind of our normal monthly expenditures this time of year. Nothing real out of the ordinary. That's really all there is there on the consent agenda. If anybody's got any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda items A through E.
Second.
Poe,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
All right, item number 4, the board to consider and take possible action in the absence of a president and/or clerk to appoint an acting president or acting clerk for the school district to execute any and all documents pertaining to setting the maturity's date, time, and place of bond sale.
And you're all here, so we're good.
So we don't even have to address that. I thought maybe this for a future deal.
No, that would just be, if you weren't here for this meeting, we would just have to do that for this, but
All right,
everybody
so
should.
no need there. Board to consider and take action on resolution and determine the maturities. Item number 5, the sale of $750,000 building bond.
Do this every year because we have our bonds still on the bond schedule. The date of preference this year is April 30th, and requesting to do that, start that meeting at 12:15. That allows enough business hours during the day to do what we need to do with the banks. So that would be the preferred date to do that. We just need to vote on that and have that in the minutes of this meeting. And then there is some papers here that have to be signed by some of you for all of that leading up to, so we need to make sure that we don't miss those before you leave today.
Anybody opposed to that date and time? I'll make a motion that we move forward with the date of April 30th at 12:15 for the sale of school bonds.
Gibson, Collins,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Poe.
Yes. All right, item number 6 would be the principals and superintendent's report. Principals, everything?
As we just saw, our Lady Chiefs were state academic champs today, or actually over the weekend. I got a certificate in the mail for our Chiefs basketball team. They were awarded the OSSAA Academic Achievement Award. This is awarded to teams that have a cumulative grade point average of 3.25 or above, so congratulations to them. Speech and debate team were regional champs. They're going to state speech and debate April 16th through the 18th. I know this year we have more involved. We have debaters, which he hasn't had in a few years, so they're going a day earlier than they normally do because they have more students. This past week, we celebrated 11 FCCLA members who placed in the top 3 in the state for their star events. Those students are Casey Arnold, 3rd place in children's literature, Kendall Collins, second place in Career Investigation Level 2. Jordan Weissel, second place, Chapter Service Project. Marlon Kimenaw, second place, Personal Finance. Emily Larimore, first place, Career Investigation Level 1. Kaylee Eckhart, first place, Event Management. Skylar Cunningham, first place, Focus on Children. Marley Tidwell, first place, Interpersonal Communications. Montana Ledford, first place, Teacher Will Train Level 1. Harper Larimore, first place, Teacher Train Level 2. Tessa Littlefield, first place, Teaching Strategies. And also, Kaylee Eckhart was elected to the Oklahoma FCCLA State Executive Council. She'll be serving as the Vice President of Competitive Events. In this role, she will be one of 10 state officers representing Oklahoma FCCLA's 28,000 members. So that's a huge accomplishment. And these ladies listed, I believe, are the ones that have qualified to go to nationals as well. So a lot of them. I believe I got an email today, don't quote me, but they'll be doing fundraisers because the cost per student is roughly, I want to say around $2,500. Don't quote me on that, but it's quite a bit when you talk about airfare and hotel and meals and all that. Pretty expensive. Joel Parker was named the Northwest Area Star Farmer. He competed last week for the Star Farmer, State Star Farmer of Oklahoma, which will be announced during the State FFA convention in May. Ms. Snyder had her first plant sale, which she said was very successful. We'll have sales once per week until plants are gone or mid-May is here. Students have been competing at career development events at Northwestern, Connor State, and Redlands. Members have also competed at Northwestern and Burlington speech contests. Brenner Means was selected for the State FFA course, so he'll get to go to state convention early and part of the course. The State FFA convention is May 5th through the 6th at the BOK Arena in Tulsa, and we'll have numerous FFA members walking the stage for recognition. This next Saturday is prom, so I think you all were invited, had an invite, so feel free to come out. Hopefully we stay dry. I'm not going to complain about the rain if it rains, but so we'll have the prom, I think open house is at 5, and then prom walk's usually at 6, and I think prom starts at 7. I think it's right. Don't quote me on that one either, but for Miss Jordan, she sent several things. We had some military testing for interested juniors and seniors. I came and gave the PICAT. We had 7 or 8 students, I believe, that were interested and did that. And this was on their request, so the recruiter said, hey, can I just come up there rather than having them all come to me? And I said, yeah, sure. Cadet Lawman for juniors meeting, summer camp sponsored by Oklahoma Highway Patrol. I know we had a student interested in Cadet Lawman summer camp this summer. Oklahoma Elks Lodge and multiple other Oklahoma businesses. The district ACT, we hosted a district ACT for our 10th through 12th graders a month ago, right at. So our juniors will take the state ACT here in a couple of weeks. I think it's actually next Wednesday is when they will take that. Or is it this Wednesday? This Wednesday they take that. So I'm going through my calendar in my head. And then seniors have been applying for scholarships. 8th grade MASH Camp 2 applications were completed. This event will be on a Wednesday this week. 7th grade Career Academy through Northwest Tech. Applications were completed and interviews will take place this week as well. Upward Bound is actively recruiting students in 8th through 11th grade for their program. Oklahoma State spring testing begins this week and will go through the end of May for our Cherokee students. And then Veronica Castro is an OGBCA, that's Oklahoma Girls Basketball Coaches Association, Small West All-Region basketball player. And I got word today that our girls golf team won the tournament they went to in Pawnee, and automatically, and I think won by 10 strokes. So that was pretty impressive. And as always, I'm sure I've left something off, but check our website, and Ms. Tucker will keep you updated. So,
Thank you.
Mrs. Patterson is on her way to the leadership conference in Oklahoma City tonight. So she did send me a few notes for hers. She said they had a great turnout for parent-teacher conferences, and I want to thank all the parents who attended that. They celebrated the third 9 weeks AR party on Thursday, March 12th. Students have been working hard to meet their accelerated reader goals. Gearing up for state testing, which opens up April 13th, and most of the students will be testing the 28th through the 30th. And they're looking forward to lots of fun activities in the near future as the school year begins to wind down. what you had.
All right.
Still got mine in there. It's a little lengthy, that too, so. Don't write me off yet. Usually it's not mixed in there with the press
Yeah,
report, so
it's not.
We threw it in.
Okay, would you like to do that now?
Yeah, yeah. First thing, we want to recognize Desi Gibson for 8 years of service on this board. And so, at this time, if you all wouldn't mind, we'll get up and take a picture. If we can do that, and we have a little certificate over here, it's not much, but maybe we can keep that, put that somewhere. But on behalf of the school, teachers, staff, students, and everybody, we appreciate your time. So it's been a lot of ups and downs, but we really have appreciated your dedication and commitment to the school. And it's a thankless job sometimes, so we appreciate it very much. Anyway, 8 years. Good. So, all right.
Appreciate it.
Well, you can come up here. I'll get the certificate. We got some snacks and stuff over here. I figure everybody will probably do that before we head into executive session, so. Yeah, we can do that. Well, we'll leave this.
Everybody getting over there?
Here you go.
Nope, do that
Just
first.
them?
We'll get everybody.
Where was this a look?
You can look at
Lost that.
this right first and, they're like clear. All right, they were
Blair, is that a joke?
From the plaque, not personal, like.
All right, if you guys come in here, I'll let you.
Okay.
Hold out.
Step up or, no, you get in there. That's just kind of like we are, they need to be in rows or all together.
You can also get in and go get a little closer. I wouldn't mind it. I promise you guys, nobody bites in that,
Come on.
in that group that I know of. I think you're all good. There we go. That's better. Don't move.
All right, thank you.
Judy, did you get us? You can all look inside.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
thank you. Oh, sorry.
Go right there. Yeah, before we go into executive session, we gotta help yourselves here.
You guys
We
would
take off or afterwards.
What do you want? I don't care what we do here.
Okay, number 2. I want to thank all of our volunteers that helped last Friday at our track meet. I think Mr. Pruitt and I talked, and we both agreed, aside from maybe the year that we hosted the state meet, that was probably the largest event we've hosted there as far as the number of people. We estimate between 1,000 to 1,200 athletes, and there was at least that many people, and then some. At one point, the stands were pretty much completely full, and it looked like along the chain link, it was at least 2 or 3 deep, quite a ways around. So it takes a lot of people to do, something like that, and we have such great people that volunteer their time, and our maintenance crew, picking up the trash. I mean, that's an all-day job, keeping up with those things. And so just want to really, tell everybody we appreciate that. I know it's good for the community when we can host things and bring people into town. Hopefully some of the restaurants saw some business from that, and maybe even United and hardware store. You never know when you get that many people in town, somebody's going to need something. So that being said, I don't think that the rest of the meets will be quite that big, but we're glad, and Coach Hickman was there, and so we were able to kind of honor him and recognize him at some point during the day, so that was great. It was a good day, some other things I wanted to update you on. One thing, we've been what is referred to as one-to-one for several years, as far as that means each of our students, junior high through high school, has their own personal, well, I shouldn't say personal, but it's given to them a Chromebook. Some of our 5th grade students have those. They may not take them home every day, and then we have some iPads and things that the younger grades use. We are currently reviewing that and deciding if that is still the best thing to do. You know, we've had this cell phone ban this school year, and we've seen a lot of really positive things come out of that because it's eliminated the distraction throughout the day. I think it's helped kids socially, and we see that at lunch times and just in between classes. Kids are talking to each other again. And so, you know, we want to kind of look at the amount of screen time. And I know there's been some legislative bills and stuff come out about that, but I've been having some conversations with some of our teachers and with Mrs. Tucker, you know, about is this really benefiting us? Are we really seeing any, you know, academic, educational benefits from having, you know, these devices and these kids having these devices? And there are some good things, but I think the real question comes down to, you know, are we being intentional with it? And in what we've discovered in our K-20 grant process, the key word is authentic. And so are they really being used as a tool to learn? Or is it just a device that they have and, you know, they get on and, you know, are they really using it to learn or just type notes instead of writing? The conversations I've had with teachers think that it would be probably a good idea if we just put a laptop cart in a few of those classrooms that use them on a regular basis. Science classes, I think Mrs. Lancaster uses them, you know, for certain projects and things that they look into. I think English class will use them, you know, to type, because there's still skills there that they need to learn. One of the obstacles that we're thinking through with all of that is some of those state tests are now given on computers, even to some of the younger grades. And so there's some challenges there because we're still going to have to teach typing skills if they're going to be required to type on a state test. We can't just completely do away with that. But we do think it's time that we have some serious conversations about, you know, maybe we don't need to be checking these Chromebooks out to them as a one-to-one device where they have to keep up with them, take them home. You know, they were a great tool when we, during COVID, when we were doing those things. It was a good resource, glad we had them. But they are getting much more expensive. It takes a lot of time. Mrs. Tucker has to devote quite a bit of her time just maintaining our devices, keeping up with those, sending the ones off that we can't fix here, waiting for others to come in. So what I'm telling you now is that by the end of the school year, you know, maybe in May, the next meeting, I'm going to try to come back to you with some decisions that we've made and some things we're going to try. But right now, we're leaning towards pulling that one-to-one back. Not that we wouldn't have devices here or be accessible to kids, but it could be one less screen that they would have access to in the classroom. And really, it's about getting back to fundamentals. And you know, reading an actual book, taking notes. They may grumble and groan a little bit, you know, about that. But I think that all of us that have had a part in that conversation so far agree that we're missing something. And I think we've become so dependent on the devices where some kids, they can open it up, turn on the topic to text, and take notes. But that's not, you know, when you think, yeah, it's convenient, but there's something about writing notes down to help learn and remember information. And so there's a place for it. We're just trying to figure out what that looks like. So just wanted to kind of update you, you know, on that we're having some of those conversations. I've talked to a few other administrators around, and it's kind of, well, it's one of those things, yeah, well, maybe some of them kind of talked about, but never really had a serious discussion on, you know, what they want to do. But I think it's time that we do. So that's just kind of where we're at with that. I want to update you on some education-related legislation. There's several bills that we're watching closely. One is House Bill 3151. That would set the minimum number of instructional days and increase it to 173. Right now, we're at 167. And so that would be an increase of 6 days compared to our current calendar. That wouldn't, if this bill goes through, it would not take effect until 27/28 as currently written. If that were the case, I think the first thing that we would look at is the Fridays in the spring that were taken off. That would be a pretty easy fix. There's about 6 weeks there, 6 Fridays, and that would give us those 6 days that we don't currently have without looking at other, holiday breaks and days like that. But so that would probably be the first place that we would look if that goes through. Senate Bill 201 looks to increase the minimum salary schedule by $2,000 per line. And so, going through this, I did get a message back when I reached out to Mr. Representative Newton. For schools like us that are not on the formula, there's not going to be any money for it. All the money set aside for this will be funneled through the formula. So schools like us that are not on the formula, we're just out of luck again, and we're going to have to fund it locally. So, good news for teachers, it's a $2,000 pay raise. But for us as a district, doing the math with this, with the current number of teachers that we have, it's going to increase our overall payroll a little over $100,000 a year. And so that's going to be a challenge. The message I did get from Mr. Newton was that there's really not any, probably at this point, there's nothing going to stop it. So it looks like it's going to move through. Like I said, good news for teachers. Just going to be some more challenges for us and districts like us. Senate Bill 1177, there are several requests in that bill for continued funding, and but one area in particular that is good news for us is the security funding. It's lined out in that bill that that money would continue. Right now, it's currently about $93,000 per district each year. So this bill does address that and helping to continue that. It also addresses the Red Hood Fund, which we get a small amount that goes into our building fund each year from that. And there's some other items in there, but it was just more of a broader bill, not necessarily specific to any one of those things. Another one that we need to watch closely, this isn't really an education bill, however, it will affect education greatly, is Senate Bill 227. And what it does is it exempts certain oil and gas equipment from being taxed if it is, in my understanding, if it's equipment that is used to gather oil and gas. And the argument there from the oil and gas company is that they're paying tax on the gross production side. They're also getting taxed on the equipment that helps gather that. They think they're being double taxed. That's my understanding. That's how I see that. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to eliminate their equipment from being taxed in property valuation. And in Alfalfa County, there is quite a bit of that equipment in the county in general, but it would be a huge hit to our overall valuation. All districts in the county, Burlington would be the hardest hit, but we would all see some pretty substantial losses in ad valorem revenue if this bill were to go through. I did email Senator Peterson about a month ago and asked about this, and I have yet to get a response back since it's a bill that originates in the Senate. But I haven't heard anything back from him on that. I have talked to a couple of the other superintendents in the county and haven't really heard much. This bill, it went through the House, I can't remember the number, I think a couple of years ago, and it's just a different version of that bill that did not pass. So hopefully it will not, but it's one that we can't ignore. Because, you know, if that is the case, then, I mean, that's gonna affect a lot of things. I think it'll have a trickle-down effect on the gross production side. If gross production goes down, then that's less money that, you know, like I said, we're having to come up with that locally. But if we lose that, then we would be on the formula. So now there's less money in the formula for the schools that are on the formula. So I think there's a lot more here at play than maybe some people want to realize, but it's definitely something we need to keep an eye on. That being said, just so that you all are aware, there are the legislative deadlines that are coming up in the next couple months. April 23rd is the deadline for a bill to pass out of the committee in the opposing chamber. And so there's a process there. And then May 7th, it has to be heard, a bill must be heard on the floor in the opposing chamber that it originated from. And then May 29th is the last day there, and they would adjourn. So, you know, we have a couple months here. Try to do, you know, the best we can to advocate for our school and students and what's best, but I don't know, sometimes we don't have a lot of say in that. So just a lot of, I know that's probably a lot more negative things than you'd like to hear, but that's where we're at. And right now, you know, it's a lot of what ifs. So we just have to hope that maybe if there is adjustments or things don't go through, it gets pushed down the road. So I think that's it. Superintendent report.
Thank you very much.
The rest of them are short. That one gets long.
Pertinent information. Item number 7, proposed executive session to discuss employment status of certified and support personnel that's on the attachment A list.
You want to take a break? We'll get some goodies before we get into this. I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
I'm good. I mean, it's up to you, but whatever.
We can snack there, how about that?
Okay. Good.
I'll make a motion to convene into executive session.
I'll second.
Michael?
Yes.
Poe?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins? Parker?
Yes.
Open session. Can you vote on that? Aye.
Are you making?
Oh,
a motion?
sorry.
Yes. So, yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Did you need a second on that one? To move back in?
Yeah. You need to let me sit out too long, I have no idea.
In executive session, we discussed the employment of certified and/or support personnel as listed on attachment A for the school year 2026 and 2027, so that we can return to open session to employ or not employ.
Number 8, do we have a superintendent's recommendation on that?
Yes, I would recommend that we rehire all support staff and certified staff listed on attachment A with extra duty assignments to be assigned by administration before the next board meeting.
I will make a motion to approve based on the additional duties being assigned by the administration after the year.
I'll second. Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Poe?
Yes. All right, that was item number 9. Number 10, discussion vote to approve or not approve contract for audit of 2020 or 25-26 financial for S&B Associates.
And that's the same guys that just came and presented our audit just a month ago.
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with S&B Associates.
I'll second.
Poe?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Then item number 11, discussion vote to approve or not approve the estimate of needs engagement letter with Chase Carroll.
Same company we used to do our estimate of needs for the last several years, so I would recommend that we continue to use them.
I'll make a motion that we approve item number 11.
I'll second. Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Poe?
Yes. Moving on to number 12, this will be discussion, vote to approve or not approve the district class size capacity numbers.
So we are going to change some of our capacity numbers. We're going to be lowering those. So what we're recommending is all class sizes pre-K through 5th grade be our capacity set at 20. This helps ensure moving forward our class sizes. Grade 6, which is kind of one of the bigger classes, we would keep that at 25. And then grades 7 through 12 would be set at 30. So that's a little bit lower in some areas, but it gives a little bit more consistency and will help with our future planning needs also.
And just so I fully understand that it is set, you won't take any out-of-district transfers over that number, but only, in district, obviously, you'd have to.
Yes, anybody in district, we could go over that number as far as our overall class size goes. Yes.
I'll make the motion that we accept Bryce's classroom size on item number 12.
I'll second it. Poe?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yeah.
Collins?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
All right. Item number 13, discussion vote to approve or not approve entering into interlocal agreement with Etoka Public Schools for the purpose of establishing membership in TOPS, the Oklahoma Purchasing System.
So this has nothing to do with our Gen 4 project, but in looking into construction projects and just some other things, it was kind of come to my attention that we are not a member of this. There are several districts that are. This doesn't require us to do anything other than fill out some paperwork. But if there were some projects and there were vendors on this list, it's like a state contract, so it's pre-approved. Etoka Public Schools is the primary LEA for this, and so you enter into an interlocal agreement with them, and that makes you a member of the TOPS program. So I just thought, if this is something we wanted to discuss and do, said it doesn't require us to do anything other than approve it, fill out some paperwork, and send it in, and then we would possibly have that option in the future if we want to go that route.
Basically, just give you the opportunity to get a different price structure for the consortium type thing.
Yes, and you wouldn't have to go out to bid on certain projects there if that vendor was all that cooperative.
And there's no fees associated with being in that?
No.
I'll make a motion to approve that we enter into the interlocal agreement with Etoka Public Schools for the TOPS membership.
Second?
Poe?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Item number 14, discussion vote to approve or not approve the bid for the Gen 4 project.
So in our special meeting where we opened these bids up, there were some questions that we wanted answered. I got responses back on those, so I wanted to go over those with you and then present these two bids to you to vote. Number one, we were curious about warranties. So with Baseline sport floors, which they had the bid in at $136,260, there's a 1-year warranty on all materials and labor for that. The timeline was another question. When can they start? They can start just as soon as we're out of school. And thought that project would probably be 4 to 6 weeks. So, by July, we would hopefully be complete. We also had questions about the bleachers and the gym floor and the height. They addressed that in their bid. And so if there's any adjustments or anything that needed to be made, that was included. They kind of were a little proactive on that. So those were the main questions for them. So same questions asked to Gemco, the other company. That bid was for $163,175. The height, they didn't foresee any issues, and they were not concerned about it. The timeline, they said they could start just as soon as we got out of school, so same timeline. He estimated the project could take them 3 to 4 weeks, which is a little shorter, and so I'm not real sure what makes that much difference in that, but that was what they said. The warranty for the material, it says in the paperwork there that there is a 10-year warranty, but he was very upfront and honest and said that, if there was an issue, it may be still pretty difficult to prove that it was a warranty, that it falls under the warranty. His work, he said he just guarantees it. So no warranty along with that. So those were the main questions that we wanted to get answered before we made a decision. I think we had ruled out BSN Sports bid. It just lacked details and information there. So really we have the two, I think, that we're looking at here, the baseline sports flooring bid for $136,260. And they are the company that did the gym at Medford. They just most recently also redid Kremlin's gymnasium. And I spoke to both of those schools, and they're both very happy with the work that they did there. And then we have the bid from Gemco for $163,175. And the only references there is they can not only refinish our floor currently, but not sure about anything for us.
And both of those prices included the graphics, right?
Yes.
Do you have a recommendation?
Based on cost, I think Baseline Floors being the lower bid, and the fact that we have played on one of their floors and have seen that work and have people that we've called as references, I think that's quite a bit of a difference right there. I think it's almost $27,000 difference there. So I feel like going with Baseline Floor would be my recommendation on it.
I agree. I'll make a motion that we accept Baseline or award the contract to Baseline Sports Board.
I'll second. Poe?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
All right, item number 15, any new business?
No new business.
16. Disney makes the last motion.
Who was the second?
Sorry. Michael?
Michael?
Yep.
Poe?
Yes.
Gibson? Yes. Collins?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.